You're welcome to POF TV. We have in the studio Professor Mobolaji Aluko, former VC of Federal University Otuoke and presently the Commissioner for the Ministry of Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Ekiti State. Professor, you're welcome to POF TV once again.
Always happy to be here. You know, I always invite myself to POF TV.
Yes, the Ekiti election, governorship election has come and gone.
Yeah.
I guess there are still echoes.
I don't see echoes. It was a comprehensively won election, violence-free. I think it was free and fair. The will of the people seems to have been expressed. It's led to quite some epochal outcomes. First time a party is succeeding itself. First time a governor is succeeding himself. Again, no violence. It will be capped if we see no court cases after all of this. That will really be the icing on the cake if the leading opponent decides that for the sake of peace and to bring quick balm to the state, he decides not to go ahead with a court case so that we can proceed. I don't think a court case will prevail, but candidates and lawyers have their own mind about going to court. So that's all I can say.
I guess the major platform for perhaps the objection by the opposition, the leading opposition, is the issue about vote buying. Yeah. I guess that appears to be what people find objectionable about.
Well, the thing is that it has to be proven. I mean, you know, there are 2,445 polling units in the state, 177 wards, 16 local governments. The results show that all 16 local governments were won. All 177, less 2 were won. From my own looking at the INEC IREF site, about 2,440 polling units seem to have shown a win by APC. So an allegation of vote buying, to say that the vote buying occurred such, that was why 319,224 votes to 40,000. That was the vote buying that caused such a large discrepancy. It will be a difficult thing to prove in 2,444 polling units.
If you are to predict now the action of the main opposition, would you say it's likely to go to court or not?
Oh, no, I have no reading. I have no reading about what they're doing. Wole Oluyede is a Sanaburo. It's a friend, even though we're in different camps. If he were to ask for my advice, I would ask him to just take it easy. But I have no inkling into their thinking, and I just he's run a good race. He held his own to a large extent in Ikere. He had a lot of opposition. I mean, his people stood by him, so he didn't win in Ikere, but the greatest win of the opposition was in Ikere. So he has that to be proud of, and he ran a good race.
Now, Ekiti South Senatorial District had been campaigning for someone to lead Ekiti, and this appears to be one of those who have tried. How do you assess his performance, his ability, and the support of the Ekiti South people?
Well, I mean,
also from the same.
Absolutely, we are all from the south, and South Local.
Are you saying that for real?
That's the fun. Yeah. Now that the election is over, in the interest of equity, fairness, and justice, the Southern agenda should be back on the table in the interest of fairness. And if it is not on the table, then the Northern Senatorial District has a right to ask, has the right to fight for it, okay? But also the Southern Senatorial District has to present a good candidate, and they have to unite. Sometimes it happens that they present too many candidates, fight among themselves, and then the others want to return. I mean, look, the South agenda has to be on the table. But the Southern candidate, the Southern local governments, talking about Ekiti East, talking about Ayekire, talking about Oru, talking about Emure, talking about Ekiti South, West, and Ikere itself must get together and present a formidable set of candidates, or one or two candidates that will meet with other people in the country, in the state, to ensure that there's equity, fairness, and justice. This time around, we had a central governor succeed a northern candidate, and there has been a central in APC. So we need to. There needs to be a conversation on that. Nothing is ever in concrete. You know, what do they say in Ekiti? Politics is not a la carte. So you have to fight for it. But those are early days. I mean, we should just be happy right now that we have a new governor that has worked hard to ensure that he brings shared prosperity to the state. He's been rewarded with a second term, and we should all work with him to ensure that the dividends of democracy and prosperity occur in his second term. But we should also lay down very clearly the issue of the Southern agenda.
At the grand finale of the APC campaign, we had, I guess, 18 governors or perhaps more, and 24 senators from across the country. Some saw this massive deployment as an overkill for...
That's how they've always done. Look, he too has gone to many states when they are doing their stuff. I mean, you've seen pictures of him. One time I was trying to get a signature of him, and lo and behold, said, I'm in Taraba. I said, hey? I got to Taraba today because there was some, I think it was one of the defectors or so trying to get a flight. He's been all over the country. So he's been smart. He has demonstrated support for other governors in the state. So when it was their turn to support him, they all came in droves. So I think that's part of the collegiality. You know, too, he is going to be probably one of the most senior governors. Okay, you know, because now that he's coming for the second term, some of the other governors will be exiting. Some came after him, and he may in another 2 years become one of the most senior governors. Firstly, the most senior governor in the Southwest, and he may also be the most senior governor in APC. Just like Fayemi was, you know, he became the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum because of the fact that he came back. Okay, so our governor will become one of the most senior governors in the state, and that will be to our credit.
Some people are pointing attention to the fact that they were expecting a spontaneous jubilation across the state after the election result, but that wasn't there.
I don't know what you mean by spontaneous. Look, his victory has been foretold for a long time. It wasn't as if, I mean, of course, Ekiti, you must remember that he has been a governor, he has been in situations under Adebayo, under Fayemi, where a governor who thought he would win lost at the last second. Adebayo, when Obasanjo used federal might, that was in 2003, and Fayemi in 2014, I think. So, and the governor was a participant in both of those governments. So he knows that the Ekiti he won towards the end. So, but he had done quite his homework to ensure that the opposition was all together. It started to be somehow called Iruwa Ogiriwa, but it was a good Iruwa Ogiriwa. When you put Iruwa and the Ogiriwa together, you can make a good soup, and that's what happened. A very good obe that people were able to say on election day. So that's what we have.
I represent the Iruwa Ogiriwa of Nigeria.
People of the fountain.